Here we are, the home stretch. That's the Crystal Palace, by the way. That's where we met Fusuya. I just fucked up when I was recording, and I forgot to record the approach, and I didn't want to reload the save file in order to record the approach. This is on my initial save file, by the way, so everyone is of a much higher level. Everyone has their final weapons, and Rosa and Rydia each have a ribbon. They don't get final weapons, they just get ribbons. So, that's fine. And now we're inside the moon. This is the initial crust, I guess, of the moon. And it's full of little secret passages, but fortunately those passages are extremely visible because the world is constantly dying and flashing green. And I kept it all out because, again, I did all the content worth seeing. Sorry. For some reason, you can run away from these fights, but you can't seem to manually run away by holding down these shoulder buttons. You need to use smoke or exit. But after you go down like 8 or 9 levels, you get down to the crystal core of the moon, which is this place, which looks like a Super Mario Brothers ice level. And this place is rough. You have behemoths, which are always rough. You have red dragons, which that's actually 3 red dragons. One at a time you fight. Seriously, this looks a lot like the ice levels from Super Mario Bros. 3. It's fucked up. See, this level of random encounter frequency, I can understand for the final dungeon, but throughout the whole game, fuck. And you can see the very core of the moon right there in the background. There's another red D. A whistle will summon Fat Chocobo, whom I forgot to demonstrate in this playthrough. He was in the initial set of videos that I recorded and then recorded audio for with Kurt, but those got fucked up, and in the course of this playthrough, I never had cause to talk to him. So sorry. So sorry, Jeremy. The only reason I left in all these random encounters is because there are a handful of interesting enemies down here that I want to show off, and just so you can see the core of the moon getting closer and closer. That Fuma is a throwing weapon. There's another one, a throwing weapon for edge, which is very handy in the final fight, as you'll see in a moment. We're almost there. I think around this point, Kurt asked me, oh, this is one of his enemies, this breath. It's a reflection of Zemus. These ones you can go ahead and fight. There's another one called Mind that you just want to run away from. I'm not going to fight it, though. At this point, I believe Kurt asked me how many Final Fantasies, and with you fighting the final boss... Well, no, he didn't ask that. What did he ask? I'll remember in a moment. So all the breath will do for the first 5 or so turns is cast Scan on your party. It does have some nasty attacks, but none of them are too bad, and you do have 5 free turns to wail on it. If you choose to fight it. The experience and GP that it gave did not seem worth the effort to me. Oh god, we don't see Zemus for the entire game. We have no idea who he is, and we meet him. He's this fucking lead singer of Ghost with what appears to be a hand pointing down toward his crotch while he monster mashes at the core of the moon, which actually is pretty cool. Also, his cape appears to be eating his head. Maybe not the best design, Maybe a bit lacking, that's all I'm saying. Also, he doesn't have great quips. Oh no, what could that mean? Yay, they fucking did it. They killed the final boss. Huh. I guess our whole quest was kind of pointless. Just a little bit. Just a little bit pointless. Not entirely, just a little bit pointless. And that's it. That's the end of the game. From here on out, it's just going to be the end credits. So I guess I'll just leave you. Except no, Zemus is still alive. Well, his enmity is alive. Which would be a lot more surprising, except that there was no way that was the end of the game. And so you're just sitting there thinking, well, I know something's going to happen. I wish they'd get on with it. And here it is, they're getting on with it. Zemus is now Zeromus. And, oh, Cecil's down for the count again. How many times did that happen? Jeremy, were you keeping track? Is it 3 times? I want to say it's at least 3 times. It might be 4 or 5, maybe even 6 times. Fuck. Well then, try Flare. I think Flare is non-elemental. And I have no idea what crystal that was. It's just the crystal. Oh, that's rough. So why is Zemus / Zeromus like this? I don't know. This game doesn't have enough story beats. Which worked out in my favor, because when I needed to replay it, I was able to get through it in about 5 days. Granted, there are 5 intensive days of playing and recording. And then edit the videos down in the course of just a couple of hours. But it really could use some more story content, because I have no idea who the fuck Zemus is. Was it Zeromus? Come on, everyone, do them calisthenics. Give Cecil your energy. Come on, bro. I hate those two. The music got pretty weird there again. Although this is pretty good music. Which, shocker, it's a Final Fantasy game, but this is one of the standout tracks, I think. Also, I think this track is used later in Final Fantasy XII. I was making a Dragon Ball reference when I said give Cecil your energy, but they are literally giving you their energy. Except Cecil. Cecil they saved for last. With his brother and uncle. So this fight has two stages. This is the first, where it's this big mass of hair and face. Zeromus won't do anything here except occasionally shake, which as you can see, does nothing. What you want to do here is steal an item from Zeromus called Dark Matter. Dark Matter is very handy for the second phase of the counter, and I'll explain why when we get there. Also, the unfortunate fact of this fight is that the way it's set up is, well, speedrunners have a tactic which is completely different from this, but Rydia is kind of useless because she doesn't have enough health. Kain just can't do enough damage, so it's best to just kill them, keep up Edge, Rosa, and Cecil for their damage potential, and have Edge attempt to steal the Dark Matter. Now, I cut right there because I spent 20 minutes trying to steal the Dark Matter and could not. And I'm about to give up now. You can steal from him for as long as you want. In fact, it's very much recommended that you continue stealing from him until you do get it, no matter how long it takes. I just got impatient and I wanted to finish this game already. Finish it again, that is. Whenever you do either get the Dark Matter or give up, you use the crystal on Zeromus, and that will start stage 2 of the fight. And now you can see Zeromus' true form. Oh god, I didn't mean to make that. That's not me making a joke. Literally, that's his true form. Which, Jesus Christ, I don't even know what it is. So the strategy here is very simple. Cecil attacks, Edge throws everything, starting with Excalibur and working on the way down, because you should have Ragnarok for Cecil, and Rydia heals. Have Rydia just dump a Cure 4 in the party after every Big Bang. And Zeromus is almost exclusively going to cast Big Bang in terms of offensive abilities, which, as you can see, is just a big attack on the whole party, which, if you look closely, you'll see is slowly draining my party's health. If you manage to steal Dark Matter, apparently it doesn't drain health from you. The attack itself may also be slightly weaker, I don't know. But that's why you're advised to take as long as you need in order to steal Dark Matter. It's not impossible to do. Let me find my tongue. It's not impossible to do without it. I mean, this is a successful attempt right here. It's just, apparently it makes it much easier. There's not much point in casting defensive magic because he will cast Big Bang, which will nullify it, as you saw right there. I also tried a little trick there to have her finish her casting animation while the game was paused, just to see what would happen, if maybe it would save me some time. Not certain that it did. Literally just have Rosa queue up a Cure 4 every chance that you get. That's all you need her to do. Don't cast Holy, don't try to sneak in any extra damage with her. Take it slow, take it steady, and you'll be fine. This battle is rough, but with only these 3 up, Rosa gets to heal more frequently than she would with all 5 up, which means it's easier to keep these 3 alive than it is to keep all 5 alive. Granted, Edge is right on the edge, aha, but he's still staying up. Hell, I didn't heed that advice myself. My initial fight with him was much more epic for it, where Rosa had a life 2 queued up on Cecil toward the back half of the fight, and got him up just before she died to a Big Bang, which left only Cecil alive, which left me with no way of healing my party, and I managed to do it. I managed to do it with just Cecil, just chugging elixirs and getting in an attack whenever he could. And in fact, he actually has a stage 3, which is easier than his stage 2. His form doesn't change, but his attacks do. And it's only because his attack changed that I think I was able to defeat him that first time. This time, like I said, it's just much easier. And I am running out of shit for him to throw. Even once he does run out of things to throw, you may want to just use him as a pocket healer. For Rosa, in fact. Because Rosa will start to run out of mana very quick. So if you have him just tossing elixir on her, she'll be fine. And then she can keep the rest of the party up, and he can sneak in attacks whenever he has the chance. But once Edge has thrown everything he has to throw, you're going to be left with just Cecil for dealing damage. Which is fine. As you can see, Cecil is doing about 5,000 damage, even without Berserk active. And Zeromus has something like 130,000 health. So Edge will probably do half of that by himself, just from throwing items. Oh, I remember what Kurt asked. Kurt asked me how many, at this point he asked, how many Final Fantasy bosses end with you fighting on some nebulous void. And I ran through it in my head, and the answer is 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 12 you fight on some kind of platform, 13 I didn't finish. And I'm not going to count 13 sequels, or 10-2, or 11 or 15, because it doesn't really have final bosses as I understand it, but yeah, and I don't know about 3. But Final Fantasy 1 through 10, they all end with you fighting the boss on some kind of nebulous void. That is Final Fantasy tradition, goddammit. We're still in Phase 2. He does occasionally cast this Flare spell, which is actually... it has the potential to be more dangerous than Big Bang, just because if it rolls high on a single target, it could kill Rosa straight off. Very unlikely. Now we're in the Phase 3 rather. And things get real dangerous right there, but fortunately I had that elixir queued up. In Phase 3, he will do nothing but cast Meteor. He will cast it fast, and he will cast it often. And if Edge dies, don't worry. There's no point in trying to resurrect him. Just keep casting Cure 4 on the party, and burn him down. He's almost there. Hell, at this point you may even want to cast Berserk on Cecil. Because he's not going to cast Big Bang, he's not going to nullify it. The only reason I went with haste over berserk there is just to make sure that I have control of him in case something bad happens. Hell, the way multi-target magic works in this game, a lot of the time when you cast Meteo, it won't even hit your 2 remaining party members. There we go, he's dead. And that's why I was able to defeat him when I fought him the first time, is that once he started casting Meteo, he never hit Cecil. So I was in the clear. And that seriously is it this time. And after this, it's just the extended closing sequence. So I think I'll leave it here. This was fun. I can't express how panicked I was when I realized that I deleted the initial videos, but I'm surprised and slightly proud of myself that I was able to pull it together and salvage it, and that the year of Final Fantasy continues unabated. This should be going up on Friday the 24th, and I will be back the next Monday with Kurt for Final Fantasy V. If you are watching this, I'm surprised, but also thankful, and I will see you on Final Fantasy V.